And we welcome you to Elkhart Christian Academy, where we are just minutes away from Eagles basketball. The Eagles are on a 2-game losing streak. They lost 69-44 against Prairie Heights. That was their last home game, and 99-54 at Blackhawk. That was a very painful game, but Coach Hibbert said that Fort Wayne Blackhawk's best player was injured 1 minute into the game and then had to leave. But Blackhawk is the number 1 team in 1A, and they just played like it. They led 31-13 at the end of the first quarter. Frank Davidson had 26 points and 14 rebounds. Marcus Davidson had 25 points. Yes, they're brothers. Their dad is the head coach of Fort Wayne Blackhawk, and he played Division I basketball at Illinois and then played professionally in France. The coach has 5 sons, and they all play basketball, so basketball definitely runs in the family. Now for ECA, Joe Dyga had 19 points. He continues to be very consistent for the Eagles, and Luke Burns returned from the flu to score 14 points. Tonight's opponent is the Mishawaka Cavemen, who entered this game 1-2. They're also on a 2-game losing streak. They lost 50-49 to Memorial and 62-50 to South Bend Riley. Now in tonight's JV game, the Eagles lost 49-44. Well, this one should be a fun one tonight. Starting lineups and tip-off are up next on 88.1 WVPE HD3. And we welcome you to Ron and Bush Gymnasium, where it is time for Elkhart Christian Academy versus the Mishawaka Cavemen. Tonight's starting lineups for the Eagles: Bryce Corson, Jackson Clark, Joe Dyga, Desmond Wilkins Maxwell, and returning from the flu is Luke Burns. Starting lineups for the Cavemen: CJ Fisher, Grant Jablansky, AJ Rosebush, Donovan Snyder, and Brayshawn White. White will jump the ball up against Joseph Dyga, and Mishawaka will win the opening tip. Mishawaka comes out in the silver and maroon jerseys as Rosebush gets a wide open 3, and that cannot happen. I was watching him in warm-ups today. He was not missing. It was rare when Rosebush would miss a 3. Mishawaka comes out under pressure, and Luke Burns will bring the ball up. Jack Clark has the ball on the right wing, gives it in to Dyga in the post, dribbles, kicks it out to Corson. His 3's on the way, and he will hit it. We are tied at 3 with 7 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And they will call a delay of game on Jackson Clark. Well, tonight is Armed Forces Recognition Night. The Eagles are honoring the Indiana National Guard. They are wearing white jerseys, black lettering that say Go Guard on the back, and they have camouflage on the shoulders and the sides of the jerseys, and also on the sides of the shorts. Pump fake by CJ Fisher. He dumps it to Rosebush. His 3 rims in and out. Rebound to Brayshawn Bond. He is fouled on the way up, and his layup is good, and he will go to the line for a 3-point play. 5-3, 7 minutes and 3 seconds left in the first quarter. That foul will be on Joe Dyga, his first. Bond's free throw is no good. Rebound out to Jackson Clark and gives it to Dyga, who will bring the ball up for the Eagles. Gives it to Corson. He gives it to Luke Burns. Good movement, but Luke Burns traveled. And that will be the Eagles' first turnover of the game. And they trail 5-3, 6 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Eagles had an ugly game at Fort Wayne Blackhawk. That loss was 99-54, but Blackhawk is the number 1 team in 1A. So they are a really good team. As CJ Fisher's jump shot is no good. Rebound tipped out to Bryce Corson, and that will be an offensive foul on Brayshawn White. White was going for the rebound, push Corson or Luke Burns, and that will be his first foul of the game. Mishawaka comes out in pressure. Clark inbounds the ball to Luke Burns, who gives it to Corson, and he will bring the ball up over the center court logo. Mishawaka comes out in a man-to-man as Luke Burns gets the ball at the free throw line. His jump shot rims in and out. Rebound out to Desmond Wilkins. And now Corson will get the ball on the left wing. He will shoot the 3. That 3 is no good. Fight for the rebound between Burns and Rosebush. And that will be a jump ball. And the Eagles will keep the ball. 5-3 is the score. 6 minutes and 14 seconds left. Corson will inbound the ball. Typically like to get him on 4-3 after they inbound the ball. Luke Burns will drive. Fouls over his defender, and that will be an offensive foul on Luke Burns. Burns was driving to his left hand, plowed over Donovan Snyder, and they will call a charge, and that will be Luke Burns' first foul and the Eagles' second. Donovan Snyder, the 5'10 junior, will bring the ball up for the Cavemen. Rosebush is guarded closely by Des Wilkins. And now Grant Jablonski has the ball. Gives it to CJ Fisher. Out to Snyder, and his three is through the bottom of the net. It is 8-3 Cavemen with 5 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Luke Burns brings the ball up against CJ Fisher. Gives it to Corson. He's looking to be aggressive. Gotta remember, this is his first varsity season, so he's still looking to get his feet going. Turnover. Rosebush, his layup spins around the rim. 10-3. 5 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter as Joe Daiga inbounds the ball. His dribble is out of control, but he regains possession. Corson passes it inside to Jackson Clark, and his layup is good. 10-5 is the score. 5 minutes and 13 seconds left in this up-pace, up-tempo game. Jablonski will give the ball to CJ Fisher. Shakes his defender back to Jablonski. Drives baseline out to Rosebush. He will drive with his right hand. His jump shot's on the way. It's no good. Rebound by White. His layup is good, and he is fouled. And he will go to the line for a chance at his second three-point play. 12-5 is the score. 4 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Fouls on Luke Burns, his second and the team's third. White's free throw is good, and it is 12-5. 4 minutes and 57 seconds left in the first quarter. And now Donnie Hilty will check in for Luke Burns, who has 2 early first quarter fouls. And that will lead to an Eagles timeout, and we'll take one with them. This is Eagles basketball on 88.1 WVPE HD3. And we welcome you back to Elkhart Christian Academy, where the Eagles trail the Cavemen 13-5. AJ Rosebush has 5 early points for the Cavemen, along with Brayshawn White. He has 2 3-point plays. Bryce Corson will bring the ball up for the Eagles. He has 1 3-pointer on the night. Wilkins has the ball, guarded tightly by Rosebush. He will split the double team, and he will be fouled on his way to the basket. The foul will be on AJ Rosebush. They're going to call him for a push. That will be his first foul and the Cavemen's second. Clark gives the ball into the post to Daiga against Rosebush. His hook shot's no good. Rebounded by White. Out to Rosebush. Pushed ahead of Jablonski. His shot, I believe, is blocked. And the Cavemen will retain possession. Jablonski got the ball into White, but the pass is deflected, and that will be a turnover for the Cavemen. That's Wilkins has the ball in the left wing, gives it over to Jackson Clark. His three is through the bottom of the net. 13-8. 4 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Nice ball movement by the Eagles. Wilkins to Clark. Assist goes to Wilkins. As Jackson Clark steers the ball, his layup is good. 13-10. Just like that, the Eagles are back in it. 13-10 with 3 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Snyder will bring the ball up for the Cavemen, guarded by Bryce Corson. Comes off a screen from White. He's double teamed. That's going to be nearly a turnover, but it's going to call a kickball, and it will stay with the Cavemen. Nick Hoopengarner will check in for the Cavemen. It's kind of fitting for a basketball player to have hoop in his name. We'll see how many baskets he can put in the hoop tonight. CJ Fisher is fouled on a layup, and it is good. And he will head to the line for another Caveman 3-point play. Foul is going to be on Joe Daiga, and that will be his second foul of the game, and the team's fourth. The free throw is good by CJ Fisher, and it is 16-10. 3 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in the first quarter, as Michael Cox will check in for Joe Daiga, who has 2 first quarter fouls, as does Luke Burns. Bryce Corson will bring the ball up against the pressure, gets it to Hilty, back to Corson, into Cox, back to Corson, his 3 is good! Beautiful ball movement by the Eagles. Hilty to Cox, back out to Corson, and he drains the 3, 16-13, 3 minutes and 15 seconds left, as Rosebush gives it out to Snyder. He pump fakes, he will drive, his layup is no good. Ball last touched by the Cavemen, and it will go to the Eagles. Eagles will punch in the mouth early in the first quarter, but they have fought back, cut the deficit to 3, and that's a near turnover on the inbounds pass. Rosebush, Fisher, and Hilty all collided, but the ball will stay with the Eagles. Devon Parker will check in for CJ Fisher. Clark inbounds the ball in the corner. He'll give it to Corson, back to Clark, and he will bring the ball up against Grant Jablonski. Clark classes the midcourt line, gives it out to Corson, who is guarded by Devon Parker, and that will be a turnover by Corson. And now Rosebush will bring the ball up. Jablonski gives it in to Hoop and Garner, back out to Jablonski. His 3 is short, rebounded by Donnie Hilty, and now Bryce Corson bring the ball up for the Eagles, and that is nearly a turnover. Corson tried to get the ball to Jackson Clark, but Grant Jablonski tapped the ball out of bounds. Clark will inbound the ball to Desmond Wilkins, who will set up the Eagles offense. Clark has the ball in the white ring, gives it up to Corson. He will drive with his right hand, gets cut off, and kicks it back out to Clark, back to Corson, into Des Wilkins. Not a whole lot of movement from this Eagles offense. Corson will try to put the moves on Snyder, gives it back to Wilkins. He will drive. Not a whole lot going on that drive from Wilkins. He picks up his dribble, gets it to Corson, guarded by Rosebush, back to Wilkins. He will drive. Hilty has the ball in the corner. His jump shot is on the way. Too strong. Rebounded by Rosebush, and he will push the ball in transition for the Cavemen. He will give the ball to Hoop and Garner, who gives the ball to Jablonski. And that will be a foul on the Eagles. That will be a foul on Desmond Wilkins. They called him for a push. That will be his first foul and the team's 5th of the first quarter. And the Eagles trail 16-13, 1 minute and 44 seconds remaining, as Nick Hoop and Garner got the ball on the inbounds pass, and his jump shot is in the bottom of the net. 18-13, 1 minute and 32 seconds left in the first quarter. Hilty has the ball at the top of the key, gives it to Clark, back to Corson, who will drive with his right hand. He will kick it out in the corner to Des Wilkins. Thought about the 3, but hauled up. Corson is not afraid to shoot, but he gives the ball to Wilkins, who's double teamed. He will split the double team, but he turns it over. And now Rosebush will bring the ball up. He loses his dribble. A lot of sloppy basketball. The Cavemen finally bring up the ball as Jablonski gives the ball into Hoop and Garner. Parker gives the ball to Raheem Brayton, who recently checked in the game. Parker has the ball guarded by Corson. Out to Hoop and Garner, gives the ball to Jablonski. He'll drive his right hand. His layup is good. Fought through the contact, and Bryce Corson looks a little shaken up. Hopefully he is okay, because he is one of the Eagles' key players. And he will check out of the game. And Luke Burns will come in for the injured Bryce Corson. Hopefully he's okay. Never want to see someone get injured. And Alex Boggs We'll check in for AJ Rosebush, who has 5 points and 1 rebound. Clark will inbound the ball to Wilkins. Back to Clark. Cross-court pass to Luke Burns. Kicks it out to Hilty. His 3 is on the way. No good. Rebounded by Mishawaka. Here comes Devon Parker in transition. His pull-up jumper is good. Eagles cut the deficit to 16-13, but the Cavemen have gone on a 6-0 run to make it 22-13. As Luke Burns has his dribble stolen away. Here come the Cavemen. Raheem Brayton's layup is good, and just like that, it's a 24-13 lead for the Cavemen, an 11-point lead. As Luke Burns is fouled as he brings the ball up on the left side of the court. I believe the foul will be on Raheem Brayton. That is his first foul and the team's third. Hilty has the ball with 4 seconds remaining. Gives it to Luke Burns. He will drive baseline. His layup is no good. It's spun all around the rim, but it does not go in as the buzzer expires. And the Eagles trail by 11, 24-13 on 88.1 WVPE HD3. Beginning of the second quarter here at Elkhart Christian Academy, the Eagles trailed 24-13. It was 16-13 late in the first quarter, but then Mishawaka went on an 8-0 run. Bryce Corson briefly checked out of the game, but now he is back in. As Bryce Schrock also checks into the game. He also plays JV and is a swing as he also plays varsity. Raheem Brayton will bring the ball up for Mishawaka. He had 2 points in the first quarter. Kyle Seals is guarded by Bryce Schrock. Schrock pokes the ball away, grabs it, and that will be a foul on Devon Parker. Clark will inbound the ball. Looking, gets it to Corson in the corner. Dangerous pass back to Clark. Another dangerous pass where the Eagles get away with it as Corson passes the ball off the foot of Devon Parker. They will call kickball, and it will stay with the Eagles. 24-13 is the score. 7 minutes and 41 seconds remain in the second quarter. Corson brings the ball up against Raheem Brayton, the 5'10 junior. Corson puts some moves on Brayton, drives, kicks out to Des Wilkins in the corner, gives it out to Bryce Schrock on the wing. He's going to drive with his left hand, now to his right, between the legs to Luke Burns at the top of the key. He will come off the screen to his left from Bryce Corson. Into Clark in the corner, his 3 is no good. Rebounded by Devon Parker, and he will push the ball up for Mishawaka, who have an 11-point lead. Raheem Brayton has the ball guarded tightly against Corson. Cross-court pass to Kyle Sears. Back to Devon Parker, and he will drive on Clark and give the ball to Alex Boggs, who gives the ball to Brayton. Back to Trenton Johnson, who had an early assist in the first quarter. Back inside to Johnson. His layup is short. Rebounded by Des Maxwell. And now Bryce Corson will push the ball up for the Eagles. Gives it to Clark in the corner. Thought about the 3, but gives it to Luke Burns in the post, who will be fouled by Alex Boggs. That will be his first foul and the team's 5th of this first half. Corson will inbound the ball to Luke Burns. His 3 is on the way. Too strong. Rebounded by Devon Parker. And now Raheem Brayton will push the ball up for Mishawaka. Brayton has the ball on the right wing for Mishawaka, guarded by Bryce Corson. Out to Sears. Back to Hooper Garner. His layup's no good. That ball is out of bounds, but touched by the Eagles. And Mishawaka will keep possession with the 24-13 lead. 6 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And now Coach Hibbert and the Eagles will take a timeout. They're down 11, 6 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first half. This is Eagles basketball on 88.1 WVPE HD3. 6 minutes and 8 seconds remain in the first quarter here at Rodenbush Gymnasium. The Eagles trail 24-13 as Mishawaka will inbound the ball to Devon Parker, who is guarded tightly by Des Wilkins. Bryce Strock will switch on to him, and now Raheem Brayton will give the ball to Hoop and Garner. Johnson's three is no good. Rebounded by Hoop and Garner. His putback is no good. Rebound by Bryce Carson, and he will bring the ball up for the Eagles. Now, Des Wilkins has the ball. Back to Carson at the top of the key. And to Luke Burns at the free throw line. His shot is short. Gets his own rebound. Tries to get it inside to Clark, but it does. And Clark will be fouled on his way up. And he will head to the foul line for 2 shots and a chance to cut the deficit back to single digits. The foul will be on Alex Boggs. His second. And Mishawaka's 5th. The first free throw is good by Jackson Clark, 24-14. And now a platoon swap for the Cavemen. All 5 starters are now back in the game for the Cavemen. It's not very often at this level that you see a platoon swap. But Mishawaka pulled that off as Clark's second free throw is long. And now Snyder will bring the ball up as he is fouled by Jackson Clark. And that will be his first foul of the game and the team's 6th. 24-14 is the score. 5 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in the first half. Fisher will inbound the ball to Snyder. Rosebush tried to go backdoor but could not get the ball. Snyder gives the ball to CJ Fisher, and that will be a 3-second call on the Cavemen. And that will be their 3rd turnover of the game. Quick look at the turnover battle. The Eagles have 6, and Mishawaka now has 3. Clark will inbound the ball to Luke Burns. We'll bring the ball up over the center court logo. Gives it to Corson on the left wing. Tries to get something going into Luke Burns at the left elbow. Back out to Corson. Thought about the 3. He'll drive to his right. Gets cut off and gives it to Maxwell. Back to Corson. Clark in the corner. He'll drive to his left. His jump shot is off the side of the backboard, but he gets his own rebound. Into Luke Burns in the post. His jump shot is off the glass and it goes in. 24-16. Eagles have cut the deficit to 8 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Fisher has the ball, guarded by Clark on the right wing. Now by Corson. Gives it out to Rosebush, who is guarded by Bryce Strock. Eagles are in a 2-3 zone. Rosebush has the ball at the top of the key. Gives it to Snyder. His jump shot's no good. Rebounded by Rosebush. He was fouled on his way up. And he will head to the line for 2 shots. The foul will be on Jack Clark, his 2nd, and the team's 7th. The Eagles now have 3 players with 2 fouls: Jack Clark, Joseph Daiga, and Luke Burns. Rosebush's first free throw is good, 25-16. Hoopa Garner will check in for Brayshawn White, who has 5 points and 3 rebounds. Rosebush makes both free throws for a 26-16 point lead as Noah Hunt checks in. He also plays on the JV team. And Bryce Corson will bring the ball up against Hoop and Garner. That is a turnover, but Corson got the ball, turned it over. Here comes Rosebush. His layup is no good, but they will call a blocking foul on Des Wilkins. And that will be his 2nd foul of the game. And that is now 4 Eagles with 2 fouls. Rosebush will head to the line for 2 shots. First free throw rims in and out, and the lead remains 26-16 as Donnie Hilty will check in for Desmond Wilkins. It's not very often that you see Rosebush miss a free throw. Makes 1 out of 2 for an 11-point lead, 27-16, 4 minutes and 6 seconds remaining as Carson almost turned the ball over on the inbounds. Gives it back into Noah Hunt, and he will travel. And that is the Eagles' 7th turnover of the first half. They trailed 27-16, 3 minutes and 59 seconds remain in the first half. Snyder will bring the ball up at the top of the key for the Cavemen. He will come to his right. Gives it to Hoopa Garner. Back to Snyder. Fisher has the ball. Back to Snyder. His three is good. 30-16 is the lead. 14-point deficit for the Eagles. Snyder now has 2 threes on the night. Hilty picks up his dribble. Gives it to Luke Burns, who will drive to his left. And that will be a pushing foul on Mishawaka. The foul will be on CJ Fisher, his first and the team's 7th of the game. Eagles trail 30-16, 3 minutes and 24 seconds remain in the first half. And now Luke Burns will head to the free throw line for a 1-and-1, down 14. Luke Burns gets the ball, takes a couple dribbles, and releases the ball. His first free throw is good, 30-17, and Luke Burns is now on the board. Luke Burns makes both free throws, 30-18. 3 minutes and 24 seconds left as Joe Daiga will check in for Luke Burns. Donovan Snyder will bring the ball up for the Cavemen to Rosebush, into Fisher. Back to Rosebush, thought about the three, gives it to Snyder, his three rims in and out, rebounded by Daiga. Gives it to Carson, who will bring the ball up on the left side of the court for the Eagles, guarded by Donovan Snyder. He'll drive to his left. His pull-up jump shot is rims out, rebounded by Daiga. His jump shot is blocked, rebounded Noah Hunt. Carson will drive, his wild shot is no good. And Rosebush comes up with the ball. He's gonna push up the floor, and his layup is no good. Gets fouled on his way up, and he will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. Rosebush got the rebound, coast to coast with the head of steam, and he gets rewarded with 2 free throws. The foul will be on Bryce Schrock, his first and the team's 9th. Rosebush's first free throw is too strong. That's his second missed free throw of the night. And now Luke Burns will check in for Noah Hunt. Devon Parker will come in for CJ Fisher from Mishawaka. Rosebush's second free throw is on the way, and it is good. 31-18. It's a deficit for the Eagles. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. The next 2 minutes and 40 seconds are very critical. You're down 13. Eagles can either respond or let this game get out of hand. Carson has the ball, comes off a screen from Schrock. Zipped it to Daiga in the corner, back out to Hilty. He will drive to his right, kicks out to Schrock, will drive baseline, and that will be a double dribble on Bryce Schrock. And that is another turnover for the Eagles, who trail 31-18, 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the first half. Snyder will bring the ball up, gives it to Rosebush, back to Snyder. Back out to Rosebush at the top of the key, who directs traffic. And now Rosebush gets it back to Snyder, back to Rosebush, guarded by Hilty. Back out to Snyder, 31-18, a minute and 50 seconds remaining in the first half. Jablonski guarded tightly by Bryce Strock. And that will be a foul on Bryce Strock, who's playing very tight defense on Jablonski. That will be Strock's second foul and the team's 10th. First free throw is good by Jablonski. 32-18. Fight for the ball between Daiga and Hoopengarner. And they're gonna call a foul, I believe, on Joe Daiga. That's his third foul of the game. And now Hoopengarner will go to the free throw line. 32-18 is the score with a minute and 38 seconds remaining in the first half. Little bit of confusion. Refs gather for a conversation. Not sure what that was all about. But it will be 2 shots for Hoopengarner. Really not sure what's taking so long. Finally decided there would be 2 shots for Hoopengarner. His first free throw is good, 33-18, a 15-point deficit for the Eagles, as Noah Hunt will check in for Joe Daiga, who has 3 fouls. The second free throw by Hoopengarner is good, and it is 34-18. A minute and 35 seconds remain in the first half as Corson will bring the ball up against the Cavemen pressure. Hilty has the ball. He's going to be double teamed. He's going to turn the ball over, and that will be a pushing foul against, I believe, Bryce Corson. He does not agree with the foul. But that is what the call is, and now that will send Grant Jablonski to the free throw line. Jablonski makes the first free throw. Corson was arguing the call with the refs, and Coach Hibbert just told him, don't say a word to the refs. 35-18, a minute and 25 seconds remain in the first half. Coach Hibbert does not sound happy with his team. And Jablonski will make both free throws for a 36-18 lead. A minute and 25 seconds remain in the first half. And now Corson will bring the ball up. He's double teamed, and that is a pass out of bounds through the hands of Luke Burns. And that is now 11 first half turnovers for the Eagles. Turnovers have been an issue for the Eagles, especially against Memorial. It was a very turnover-prone game for the Eagles. Turnovers have been a huge issue so far in this early season. Snyder will guide traffic from Mishawaka. Jablonski has the ball, guarded by Schrock. Gets it to Snyder, guarded by Corson. Out to Devon Parker with 54 seconds left. He'll give the ball to Hoopengarner. Back out to Snyder. and his three is good for a 39 to 18 point lead. 45 seconds remain in the first half. And as I said earlier, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half. It's critical how are the Eagles going to respond. Are they going to let it get out of hand? And they let it get out of hand. It's 39 to 18, 32 seconds left. Tony Hilty has the ball on the right corner. Into Luke Burns. He will pump fake and hit the jump shot. Luke Burns got the pass from Hilty. Pump fake, got his defender to jump and drain the jump shot. 39 to 20 is the deficit for the Eagles. 15 seconds left in the first half. Johnson will bring the ball up. 8 seconds left. He's going to work against Schrock. He's going to drive to his left, and his layup is good. He drove right through the middle of the Eagles defense. There's the buzzer for the end of the first half. Corson just kind of throws the ball behind him, and that's the summary of the first half. 41 to 20. This is Eagles basketball on 88.1 WVPE HD3. Beginning of the second half here at Elkhart Christian Academy, where the Eagles trail 41 to 20. To be brutally honest, it was a very, 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 very ugly first half for the Eagles. It was 16 to 13 at one point, and then Mishawaka went on a 25 to 7 run to end the first half. The Eagles had 11 first half turnovers. 3 players scored for the Eagles, and everyone on Mishawaka except for 3 players have scored. That's how lopsided this one has been. Bryce Corson has 6 points, Jackson Clark has 8, and Luke Burns has 6. Burns will come off a screen from Corson. Give it back to Clark at the top of the key. Inside the Joe Daigle pass was tipped. His layup spins around the rim. Rebounded by CJ Fisher. Luke Burns stole the ball from AJ Rosebush. He will go coast to coast. And they're going to call out charge on Luke Burns. Luke Burns was driving, and he plowed over his defender for a charge, and that will be his 3rd foul of the game. We're 27 seconds into the second half, and things are continuing to go wrong. Donovan Snyder bring the ball up, guarded by Bryce Corson, gives it to Brashawn White. Back to Snyder. Out to Fisher on the right wing, into Rosebush, guarded by Wilkins. He'll drive to his right, wide open layup, and he'll lay it in. That was just way too easy. Rosebush came to his left, back to his right, wide open lane to the basket, no help. 43 to 20, 6 minutes and 58 seconds left as Daigle turns the ball over. White in transition, and he will bank his layup in off the glass. 45 to 20, 6 minutes and 47 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And Clark turns the ball over on the inbounds pass. CJ Fisher will pull up. His jump shot's no good. Rebounded by Rosebush, and he is fouled on his way up. They'll call a jump ball. Excuse me. And the ball will stay with the Cavemen, who lead 45 to 20. 6 minutes and 37 seconds remain in the 3rd quarter. Jablonski will inbound the ball to a wide open Snyder. His 3 is good. Bounced off the top of the rim. Went in. 48 to 20. Daigle passes the ball ahead to Wilkins. In transition, his layup's good. 48 to 22. And the Eagles now have 4 players who have scored, as does Wilkins, gets his first points of the night. Jablonski has the ball on the right wing, guarded by Burns. Bush from drive right past Wilkins, and he's going to be fouled on his way to the basket. And he will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. The foul will be on Bryce Corson. That is his 2nd of the game, as Rosebush makes the first free throw for a 49 to 22 lead. Rosebush makes both free throws, 50 to 22, 6 minutes and 8 seconds. and they will call a pushing foul against Mishawaka. The foul will be on CJ Fisher, and that will be his second foul. The ball goes out of bounds. A turnover on the inbounds pass. That's 14 turnovers for the Eagles. And that will lead to a timeout by Coach Hibbert, who I can imagine is not at all happy with his team as they trail 50-22. 6 minutes and 5 seconds left in the third quarter. This is Eagles basketball on 88.1 WVPE HD3. 6 minutes and 5 seconds remain in the third quarter, and well, I would not want to be in that Eagles huddle. Coach Hibbert was yelling at his players. I believe he either hit the floor or a chair. I couldn't quite tell what he was saying, but it wasn't good. He's not happy with his team's effort, not happy with their performance, their execution, their defense, their offense, the amount of turnovers, just about everything that you could list in basketball, he has not been happy with. They trail 50-22, 6 minutes and 5 seconds remain in the third quarter. Donovan Center, we're in by the ball to Fisher, out to Rosewell, she's going to drive to his left. Back out to Snyder against Clark. Jablonski has the ball guarded by Burns, out to White. Snyder gives the ball to Rosebush, guarded by Des Wilkins. Back out to Snyder, he will drive to his left, and he will lay it in. Drove right past Bryce Corson. Took the jump shot and banked it in. 52-22. Eagles trail by 30. As Luke Burns will pull up, he will make the jump shot. Looked like a bit of contact, but no call. And the Eagles now trail by 28. Rosebush will give the ball to Fisher. Inside to Snyder. Back to White. Deflected by Jackson Clark and out of bounds. And Mishawaka will retain possession, as Alec Boggs will check in for Brashawn White. Jablonski will inbound the ball into the corner. Deflected out of bounds by Des Wilkins, and it will stay with the Cavemen, who have a 52-24 lead. This is widely considered a rebuilding year for the Eagles. They lost their top 4 starters from last season: John Burns, Jacob Maxwell, Weston Sage, and Gabe Arter. They're their top 4 scorers. Not a lot of varsity experience from this Eagles roster. Luke Burns had some time last year. Joe Dega had limited time, but overall you have 5 players who are still getting used to the varsity level. And they have shown their struggles and their growing pains so far in this early season. Bryce Corson will shoot a long 3 and hit. Bryce Corson with a nice pass from Luke Burns. A couple steps in from the volleyball line. And you see the range from Bryce Corson, who is fearless, and he will shoot it from anywhere on the court. As Fisher drives to his right, cut off by Clark. Back out to Rosebush. He will drive against Maxwell, double teamed by Clark and Maxwell. Triple teamed. And that will be a jump ball, and they will give the ball to the Eagles, who trail 52-27, 4 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Scoring leaders for the Cavemen: Donovan Snyder, 14 points, 1 rebound, and 4 3-pointers. AJ Rosebush has 13 points and 4 rebounds. And the Eagles will inbound the ball after Mishawaka knocked the ball out of bounds. Continuing the scoring leaders, Brashawn White has 7 points and 4 rebounds. For the Eagles, Luke Burns has 8 points and 1 rebound. Bryce Corson has 9 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Jackson Clark has 8 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. Clark will inbound the ball, but it's turned over. Devon Parker tipped it as Mishawaka turns the ball over, and that will be a foul on Mishawaka. And the foul will be on Alex Boggs, his 4th, team's 3rd of the third quarter. Bryce Corson brings the ball over the center court logo, guarded tightly by Donovan Snyder. Kicks out to Luke Burns on the left wing. Will drive to his left, pull up jump shots on the way, rims in and out, nearly gets his own rebound. And Grant Jablonski will bring the ball up against Desmond Wilkins. Comes off a screen from Snyder. Had him wide open but missed him. And will give the ball to Parker, who will drive right to the basket. His left rims in and out, spins all around the rim. Rebounded by Joe Daiga, and he will bring the ball up for the Eagles. He will drive to his right and lose the ball out of bounds, but it was last touched by Mishawaka. And the Eagles will keep the ball down 52-27. 3 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And now Donnie Hilty will check in for Bryce Corson, who has 9 points in the game. Burns will drive to his left, his jump shot short, gets his own rebound, and he will bake it in. Luke Burns drove to his left, his first shot was short, grabbed his own rebound, and baked it in. And now Luke Burns has 10 points, which leads the Eagles. Johnson will drive, gives it back to Snyder, he will drive to his left, wide open for a layup. No help from the Eagles. And I can imagine Coach Hibbert is probably steaming right now on that Eagles sideline. And I'm not exaggerating. Luke Burns brings the ball up against Snyder. He will drive to his left. Pull up jump shot again is no good. Rebounded by Hoopengarner. Pushed up ahead to Parker. He will attack Luke Burns. His layup is no good. Fight for the rebound. Grabbed by Hoopengarner. His layup's no good. Devon Parker's layup's no good right off the glass, but Hoopengarner gets another rebound, lays it in, and gets fouled. And we'll head to the line for a three-point play. And Mishawaka now has 5 offensive rebounds in the game. The foul will be on Joe Daiga, and that will be 4 for Daiga, as Michael Cox will now check in for Daiga. Hoopengarner to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play. And he will complete the three-point play for a 57-29 lead. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Boards is guarded tightly by Devon Parker. Passes to Des Maxwell, who gives it to Michael Cox. Back to Clark. He will drive to his right, cut off. Don Hilty has the ball on the right wing. He is guarded tightly by Johnson. Gives it to Clark. He will drive to his right. His jump shot's no good. Rebounded by Hoopengarner. And now Raheem Britton, the 5'10 junior, brings the ball up, splits all the Eagles defenders, goes coast to coast, goes through the entire Eagles transition defense. And now the Eagles trail by 30, 59-29. As Clark has a careless pass, picked up by Britton, up ahead to Johnson. Back to Britton, guarded by Wilkins. Eagles have 16 turnovers. 16 in this game, and we're only in the third quarter as Johnson dribbles the ball off his foot, but right to Parker, who will drive. To Hoopengarner, now to Britton on the wing, guarded by Maxwell. Drives right to his right, pull up, and gives it to Devon Parker. 59-29, a minute and 14 seconds remain in the third quarter. Johnson has the ball, guarded by Hilty. Comes off a screen from Hoopengarner and gives it to Parker. He'll come off the screen from Hoopengarner. His pull-up jump shot from the elbow is too strong. Rebounded by Johnson. Fight for the rebound. Loses the ball. Hilty has the ball. Passes it, but it will go out of bounds. And Mishawaka will retain possession, but they're actually going to give it back to the Eagles. So never mind about that. As Bryce Corson will check in for Jackson Clark. There's 8 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 1 three-pointer. Eagles trail 59-29. 50 seconds remain in the third quarter. Corson will give the ball to Cox, who came up from a down screen. Dribble to his left and gives it to Hilty. Drives to his right, kicks out to Cox. He will drive baseline. His layup is no good, but they will call a foul on his way to the basket, and he will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. The foul Michael Cox makes his first free throw, and the Eagles now trail 59-30, 37.6 seconds left in the third quarter. And he will make two free throws. The Eagles trail 59-31, 35 seconds left in the third quarter, as Britton will bring the ball up from Mishawaka, and the Eagles are now in a 2-3 zone. Maxwell and Corson at the top, Hilty, Burns in the middle, and Michael Cox on the wing. Britton has the ball with 18 seconds left in the third quarter. We'll give it to Hoopengarner. He will drive to his right. The pass goes off the side of the backboard, I believe. Ball goes out of bounds, and that will be a turnover on Mishawaka. Corson will bring the ball up with 8 seconds remaining. You know he's looking to score. Turns the ball over. Mishawaka turns the ball over. Michael Cox's layup is blocked by Devon Parker, what they would call a foul on Parker. And Michael Cox will head to the free throw line. So Corson turned it over. Mishawaka turned it over. Cox drove to the basket for a layup, and he got swatted out of bounds by Parker. But it was a foul, and he will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. His first free throw is no good. 59-31 with that 1 second left in the third quarter, as Jackson Clark will check in for Luke Burns. Michael Cox's second free throw is short. Half-court heat by Johnson is no good. And the Eagles trail 59-31. It's been a painful first 3 quarters. This is Eagles basketball on 88.1 WVPE HD3. Beginning of the fourth quarter here at Elkhart Christian Academy, the Eagles trail 59-31. A key stat that's been pointed out to me in this timeout by the stats guy Robert Schrock. The Cavemen have 10 offensive rebounds in this game, compared to 4 for the Eagles. ECA has 16 turnovers compared to 9 for Mishawaka. And now, most of the JV players will check in for Elkhart Christian Academy. Noah Hunt, Bryce Schrock, and Silas Staten will check in for the Eagles, who are down 59-31. Pass goes inside to Kyle Sears. His jump shot's good. 61-31 is the lead for the Cavemen. This has just been an ugly game for the Eagles. Definitely one to forget, as they trail by 30. With 7 minutes and 35 seconds remaining, as Luke Burns drives to the basket with his right hand and will lay it in. Luke Burns now has 12 points on the night. And that will lead to a timeout, and we'll take one with them. This is Eagles basketball on 88.1 WVPE HD3. Size of team. 61-33 is the score with 7 minutes and 27 seconds remaining. I would not want to be in this Eagles sideline right now. Coach Herbert does not sound happy at all. The pass goes inside to Alex Boggs. His layup's good, and Mishawaka's just pouring it on. It's 63-33. 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Bryce Corson will drive to his right, gives it to Luke Burns. His jump shot's good. Luke Burns has been one of the very few bright spots for the Eagles. He now has 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 6 field goals made on the night. Kyle Steele will turn the ball over. Pass goes out of bounds by Johnson, and that will be a turnover on Mishawaka, and the Eagles will get the ball back, down 63-35, 6 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the game. Bryce Corson to bring the ball up against Raheem Britton. Gives it to Bryce Schrock ahead to Lewis Staten, and they will call a foul, I believe, on Trenton Johnson. Or that will be on Kyle Sears. His first, and the team's 6th. Pass goes to Luke Burns in the far corner from my broadcast location. He will drive to his left, spins, and he will hit the jump shot. Luke Burns now has 16 points on the night. 63-37. as the Eagles come out in a bit of pressure. Sears will be double teamed by Corson and Staten. Now Johnson has the ball up ahead to Sears, back to Britton, to Sears. And that will be a timeout by Mishawaka, who has the 63-37 lead, 6 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the game. This is Eagles basketball on 88.1 WVPE HD3. Well, it's been a game to forget for the Eagles. They trail 63-37, 6 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the game. And now we get to see what these JV players can do at the varsity level. But it seems like the Eagles have done that way too much in the past games, as they've been blown out now in their past 3 games. As Trenton Johnson gets another layup, it's 65-37, 5 minutes and 48 seconds remain in the game. Luke Burns has the ball on the left wing. He has 16 points on the night. He will drive to his left. His pull-up jumper is good. Luke Burns has caught fire. He has 18 of the Eagles' 39 points, and they trail 65-39, 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the game. Pass is nearly stolen by Staten, and now Parker will drive to the basket, and he will be fouled by Luke Burns. And that will be his 4th of the game. Parker will head to the free throw line for 2 shots with a 65-39 lead. His first free throw is good, 66-39. As Hoop and Garner will check in for Mishawaka, and Des Wilkins and Joe Dyga will check in for the Eagles. The 5 right now for the Eagles: Bryce Rock, Des Wilkins, Joe Dyga, Noah Hunt, and Lewis Staten. The second free throw is good by Devon Parker. It's now 68-39, 5 minutes and 17 seconds left in the game. Bryce Rock will drive to his left, out to Staten, back to Hunt on the wing. He will give it into Dyga in the post. His jump hook is good. 67-41, 5 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the game. Joe Dyga is now on the board. 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Been in an off night for Joe Dyga. He's been very quiet so far. Bryce Corson gobbles up the loose ball, and he will bring the ball up against Devon Parker. And they're going to call a carry on Bryce Rock. And the Eagles now have 17 turnovers in this ball game. A big part of the reason why they're down 67-41. 4 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the game. Britton has the ball, turns it over. Noah Hunt has the ball, gives it up to Dyga, and he will bring the ball up for the Eagles. Guarded by Devon Parker. Bryce Rock has the ball. He nearly turns it over. He's on the floor. And now Coach Shepard will call a timeout, trailing 67-41. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. This is Eagles basketball on 88.1 WVPE HD3. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remain in this game between Elkhart Christian Academy and Mishawaka. Mishawaka has a 67-41 lead. It's also Christmas sweater night here at Elkhart Christian Academy, but there's only one Christmas sweater in the student section. The ball is inbounded to Lewis Staten, and he will bring the ball up against Trenton Johnson. Goes off a screen from Bryce Rock. Gives it to Des Wilkins. He will drive to his left. His pull-up jumper is too strong. Offensive rebound by Noah Hunt, and he will lay it in. Noah Hunt grabbed the rebound off the miss from Des Wilkins and lays it in, and he is now on the board with 2 points. Hooper Carter nearly turned it over. Gives it to Kyle Sears. He is double teamed by Staten and Des Wilkins, and they will call a foul against the Eagles. As Jackson Clark will check in for Noah Hunt, who has 2 points and 2 rebounds. (67-43). 4 minutes remain in this ball game. Grant Jablonski will give the ball to Snyder. Back to Jablonski. He's double teamed by Clark and Wilkins. Gives it to Johnson. He will drive to his left. Zips right past this defender. Misses it. Gets his own rebound. And is fouled on the putback. That is now 11 offensive rebounds for the Cavemen, who lead 67-43. 3 minutes and 47 seconds left in the ball game. Johnson's first free throw is no good, and the score remains 67-43. Trenton Johnson has 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist on the night. He will miss both free throws. Rebound by Jackson Clark. Out to Lewis Staten, and now Joe Daiga will bring the ball up against Trenton Johnson, and Johnson will commit his first foul of the night. And now Joe Daiga will head to the free throw line, I believe, for 1-1. And now Luke Burns and Donnie Hilty will check in. Luke Burns checks in for Bryce Schrock. Daiga will make the front end of a 1-1. 67-44. 3 minutes and 43 seconds remain in the fourth quarter. Daiga's second free throw is on the way. It is good. 67-45. Joe Daiga now has 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists on the night. He scored 19 against Blackhawk, but now he's been quiet. In this one, he has just 4 points. And that will be a charge and an offensive foul on Mishawaka. And now AJ Rosebush will come back in the game for Mishawaka with a 67-45 lead. Rosebush has 13 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 3-pointer. Luke Burns will drive to his left. Thought about the pull-up dribble, but gives it back to Daiga. He'll drive to his left. Kicks out to Hilty. Back to Clark. His three's on the way. It is short. Rebounded by Jablonski, and he will hold up as he is guarded tightly by the Eagles. The pass is deflected by Jackson Clark, but it's grabbed by Devon Parker. He will cross over his defender. Rosebush has the ball in the corner. Come back up to his left, and we'll give the ball to Jablonski. Ahead to Johnson. He will drive, spins past Luke Burns. His layup's no good. Rebounded by AJ Rosebush. His putback is no good, and that will be a jump ball. And the Eagles will get possession, down 67-45. 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the ball game. Luke Burns has been great tonight. 18 points, 3 rebounds, and 8 field goals to go along with 2 field goals. Jack Clark has the ball on the right wing. Gives it to Hilty. Back to Daiga in the corner. He's going to line up a 3, and he's going to miss it. Ball was last touched by the Eagles. And Mishawaka will gain possession with 2 minutes and 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Grant Jablonski will bring the ball up for Mishawaka. He has 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists in this game. Johnson has the ball. He's going to be double teamed by Hilty and Burns. He falls to the floor, and that, I believe, will be a turnover. And it will head the other way. And the Eagles have possession, down 67-45. 2 minutes and 8 seconds remain in the game. Jackson Clark will bring the ball up against Grant Jablonski. He'll drive to his left. Lobs it inside, kind of a wild pass that will go out of bounds, but it was last touched by Mishawaka as Des Wilkins goes into the stands to get the ball. But the Eagles trail 67-45. 1 minute and 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Burns comes off a curl, will drive to his left. His layup is good. Luke Burns now has 20 points on the night. Grabbed the ball, drive baseline, and laid it in 67-47. As Johnson is double teamed, he's going to turn it over. Des Wilkins has a run to the basket. He will miss the layup, but he's fouled on his way to the basket. Des Wilkins stole the ball, drove all the way coast to coast, and he was fouled on his way up and will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. The foul will be on Greg Jablonski, and that will be his first foul, team's 9th. Wilkins' first free throw bounces all around the rim and goes in, 67-48, a minute and 39 seconds left, as CJ Fisher will check in for Trenton Johnson. Fisher has 3 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists on the night. Johnson has 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist, as Desmond Wilkins makes both free throws, but the Eagles trail by 18, 67-49, a minute and 36 seconds left. Rosebush has the ball in the middle, double teamed by Wilkins, and Hilty gives the ball to Fisher in the corner, back to Jablonski. Fisher has the ball in the corner, he was double teamed, gives it to Jablonski. Devon Parker's pass into CJ Fisher. His shot is on the line. He is fouled. And now he will go back to the free throw line for 2 shots as Luke Burns appears to be shaken up. And that is not a good sight for the Eagles. He has 20 points and 3 rebounds on the night. He's been their best player tonight, and that's just not what you want to see. It looks like it's his leg. I can't tell if it's his knee or his ankle or what's going on, but he is in a lot of pain. It's not putting a whole lot of pressure. Has his arms around Coach Hibbert and Coach Culp. I'm assuming it's his ankle. He probably got it twisted. And he's going to leave the game with 20 points and 3 rebounds. Walking off very slowly with the help of his coaches. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, because the Eagles will need him as the season goes on, and Michael Cox will now come in, as will Bryce Schrock. Desmond Wilkins will check out for the Eagles. CJ Fisher to the free throw line, ahead 67-49. His first free throw rims in and out, and the score remains 67-49. He will make 1 out of 2 free throws for a 68-49 lead. A minute and 11 seconds left in the game. Mishawaka has just outplayed the Eagles on every way they possibly could, as Steiga's 3 is short. Rebound by Fisher, up ahead to Rosebush. Pass is too long. Steiga hustles, throws the ball off the knee of Rosebush. Nice hustle by Joe Steiga, and the Eagles will regain possession down 68-49. 56 seconds left in this game. Bryce Schrock could bring the ball against Snyder. Drive to his left. Gives it to Hilty, guarded by Rosebush. Will drive to his right. Gives it to Schrock, he will drive to his left. Michael Cox has the ball, back to Schrock. Comes off a screen from Cox. Not a whole lot working so far. Cox gets the ball off the top of the key. He'll drive. His pull-up jumper is too strong. Rebounded by Devon Parker. And Mishawaka will likely just dribble out the clock. 68-49 is likely to be the final in this one, as Parker has the ball into Rosebush. Back out to Jablonski. And that will do it, as he is guarded tightly by Jackson Clark. Gives it to AJ Rosebush. 7 seconds remain in this game, and the final score will be Mishawaka 68, Elkhart Christian Academy 49. Not a whole lot went right for the Eagles. Bryce Corson had 9 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Justin Clark had 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 3-pointer. Noah Hunt had 2 points and 2 rebounds. Joseph Steiga had a quiet night, 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And Luke Burns, who left the game with an ankle injury, had 20 points and 3 rebounds. On Mishawaka's side, Devon Parker had 6 points and 6 rebounds. AJ Rosebush had 13 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 3-pointer. And Devon Snyder, 16 points, 1 rebound, and 4 3-pointers. The turnover battle, ECA had 17 turnovers, Mishawaka had 15, Mishawaka had 12 offensive rebounds, and the Eagles had just 4. Well, this was an ugly game, definitely one to forget. Hopefully the Eagles can rebound next time. This is Eagles basketball on 88.1 WVPE HD3.